Hello, good morning. This is again Nanay Maria from Belgium. Okay, I will show you the new spikes, okay, flower spikes of my orchids. Okay, uh, this time, okay, please excuse me because I have English viewers. Okay, my English is very elementary. Okay, I prefer to speak Tagalog, but the I have also viewers, okay, English speakers. So somehow I will explain, okay, in my own uh, simple way how to ano explain to you about my orchids new spikes, okay? So thank you ha. So first I want to show you my orchids with new spikes. Some of my orchids they have new spikes and they are ready, okay? They are ready for the uh, new year, next year, okay? Flowering. That's why I say to you, my orchids sometimes, okay, they don't stop flowering. They continue flowering, okay? They always started flowering in the month of April during the spring, okay? And the flower lasts for till October, okay? Depends on how they like, okay, the environment, okay? Because the flowers, they only stays blooming, okay, if the environment is very, very suited for them, okay? Some of the flowers, why they die, if they have, especially if the environments, okay, is gives them very stressed emotion, something like that, okay? But mine, once they started the flowering in the month of spring, April, then they last to October, okay? So some of my orchids I will show you. Okay. Yan, they are nearly. My flowers are, how you say that, dense. They're not so much anymore because it's already uh, autumn, okay? And then some of them are growing a new spike, okay, for the next season, okay? So I will show you the new spikes, okay? That's why I say to you the last time I made the video, to produce spikes, okay, you need a an evening, a night temperature, a very, very cold temperature to induce, okay, the plants to produce new roots, foliage, and then follows the spikes, the flower spikes. Okay. So once the flower spikes matured like this, okay. Once they matured and they have bulbs, especially when it's nearly spring, okay, you need to open the window. So the bulbs, because the daytime temperature help the bulbs, okay, to grow, okay, and they will grow faster, okay, and they will have no stress. They will be very, very healthy. But now we are in the autumn. I only open the windows for 2 to 3 hours. So they will have a cool, how you say that, a cool temperature. Because now our heater in the house is open, okay? And they have stress from it. That's why in the morning I sit to eat, I open the window. So from the heat inside the house, okay, will be replaced by cool temperature coming or cool air coming from outside. So this is how it looks like, huh? I hope you can see, huh? You see the new roots, okay, coming out. That's what you get when you give them a night temperature, okay? And then you see the the new spikes, okay? That's a spike, and that's a new root coming there, okay? You can see the difference naman between the roots, okay, and the spikes. Because you see the spike has a node, yan, the first node, okay? So, I will show you. See, the new roots, okay, appear on the top, okay, of the plant, okay? That's a new root, okay? Meaning they continue to grow new roots, okay? So here, you see a new, okay, spikes coming out, and they're ready for the next season, okay? You see, a new root is developing on top, okay, on top of the root. See, the new root. So, if you will cut the old stem or spike, you can cut it through here, or shorter, or it's not a problem because it will not affect the plant, okay? Because the longer you leave the spikes, okay, when you cut the spike and you leave it longer, it will how you say that, it will get energy, okay, more energy, okay? That's why when your plants, okay, is if there's a new spike coming out, okay, and then the spike you cut from previous flowering, let's say you cut it very short, then they will not get energy. The energy will go, okay, will be concentrated to the new spike, okay? You see the new spike here. I will show you more spikes coming here. You see, there's a new root, okay, new roots and new spikes, okay. You see the new foliage, new roots, new spike, and then follows the foliage, the flower. The flower spike, okay, this is the foliage. New roots, new foliage, and then follows the spike. And here also, okay. It's still flowering. That's the flower, nearly. You see, oh, it still has flowers, but the new spikes comes out, okay. You see the new root there. Wait, I will see. New roots there, okay, and then a new foliage, and then follows the new spike, flower spike, okay. So that's how how you say that, rebloom, okay, or to produce spikes, huh? New spikes, so your orchids will continue flowering, okay. So we will look for more spikes. You see, oh, here on the bottom, see, that's the new spike. This will be ready for next season, okay. And there, okay, that's the new spike, okay, for the next season. And this the new spike, see, flower spikes, and that's a new flower spikes. Yeah. So you see the new leaves, they are very big, okay, and the new spikes growing, so they will be ready for next year. But this is an old spike. It's finished flowering, but it produced a new pups, orchid pups, okay. Don't cut your pups, okay, when there is still no roots. You wait once they have 3 or 4 matured roots, you can separate the pups from the mother, okay? And you can replant it, okay? So, let's see. You see here, another roots coming. Once the roots comes out, a new foliage will come out, and then next, the spike, okay? You have to see, you have to see 4 new roots, okay? So you will have a new spike, okay? So they can flower again. They will continue flower. But let's say your orchids, okay? If your orchids did not grow, uh, let's say roots, okay? Let's say you don't see any roots, okay? Then if there is no root, there is no foliage, there is no spike. You don't have to worry because the orchids, they need to hibernate, okay? They also need to rest, okay? Don't force them to flowers. Yeah, we have to respect the plants too, okay? So you see how I cut all the, how you see that, how you say that, the old spikes after blooming, I cut them very short so they will get no energy. Then the energy will be concentrated once it produces a new spike, okay? You see, they're very short. I cut them very short, okay? If you leave them, see the new roots there, okay? That's why it has a new, see, new roots. That's why you see I showed you the new spike is on this side, okay? If you cut the old spike that no longer flowering, let's say you cut it till here, very high, okay? Sometimes because they say you only cut it on the last, okay, node. No, then still have, they can still steal energy from the orchids. I always cut it till here, okay, on the last. So these orchids are not mine. This from the lawyer. They bring it here because it's finished flowering. They're finished flowering since October. They ask me if I can rebloom them, if I can, if the spike can rebloom, okay? Because they don't like to wait for another new spike to come out. So I look at the nodes, if they can still rebloom, okay? So you see the one here, okay? A new spike coming out, new spike coming out, and there are also new spike, all new spike coming out there. You see, new spike coming out. So in when the spikes comes out and they have balls, or how you call that, buds, flower buds, then I will give it to them. Okay, yeah. So you see here, this is an old spike that don't, the flowers are already wilted, and it produces another spike. Okay, that's it. I hope you like it. You only give them a very cold night temperature if you want your orchids to produce spikes, new spikes, okay? And then daytime temperature, especially in the winter, so they will not develop stress, okay? Because in the winter, the house is very hot, okay? So the orchids, it affects them, okay? Even there are only plants, it affects them. They develop stress. They also have anxiety, something like that. We human beings, when it's very hot or very cold, we feel uneasy, something like that. The same with the orchids. Though, so to make their lives, okay, easy, you just give them a morning, especially in the winter. You just open the window for 2 to 3 hours, okay? So the house, the air in the house will be substituted by a cold air from outside, okay? And in the winter, okay, you don't have to water them so much. Yeah, because the water, they don't dry easily compared not like in the summer, okay? In the summer you can water them 7 days, every 7 days or 10 days, okay? More, especially when they are flowering, they want more water, okay? But in the winter, you have to cut the water, okay? Let's say once every 3 weeks, you have to feel the ground. If the ground is still moistened, damp, then you don't need to water. And then don't give them fertilizer during the winter. You can give them once a month. But I only start giving fertilizer in the first week of spring, okay? So to help the flower spikes, the how you call this, I'm giving them fertilizer in the springtime, so the flower buds, okay, stays healthy and they will open, okay. But this one, okay, still continue producing bulbs, okay. They will be open in December, okay. So that's it. In the spring, you only give them fertilizer for the flowers, okay. So the flowers will open. They still healthy. And you continue giving them fertilizer till May and then June. And then in June, you give them fertilizer for the, wait ha, what fertilizer I give them? How you call that? A balanced fertilizer, okay? Let's say 20-20-20 or 10-10-10. But in the month of before autumn, okay? Let's say September, October, before approaching autumn, you give them fertilizer for the roots, okay? So the roots will come out, the new roots will come out, huh? And then once the new roots comes out, follows the foliage, and then the spike. That's all. But during the summer, you can give them a balance of 10-10-10 or 20-20-20 fertilizer. And in the spring, you give them fertilizer good for the flowers. So all the buds will open and the flowers stay healthy and stay longer. That's all. Thank you very much.